What's up? How you doing? We're doing the podcast. Hello.
The WULFF DEN Podcast.
And we're back here.
Yes.
We're back in our new spot. How you
Yes.
doing? How's it going? Hey,
all right. Hey, what's up, hey?
And we got I did a little thing. We got a little Patreon scroll now. It shows everybody who's subscribed to
Everybody who
Patreon.
gives us money. If you want to give us money, if you want to see your name at the bottom of the screen, give us money.
Both would be true. Welcome. So much has happened. A lot of stuff. Not a lot of important stuff.
It's one of those no big news weeks. It's December. The Game Awards are this week.
Yeah,
That's when the big news I think is going to happen.
Yeah, a lot of big news will happen on Thursday.
Yes.
That we will then talk about next Tuesday.
Yes,
probably.
when it will already be old.
Otherwise, the biggest news is the Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I put 3 different articles in the Keep before I settled on the final one that's in there because I feel like that is the most relevant to our worldview, as it were. That is the most gaming specific one.
This one you titled Netflix thinks Warner Brothers games is worthless.
Well, that's what the Kotaku article is titled.
Other things happen. Analogue announced some colors for the Analogue 3D, and I got a lot of things to say about that.
Me too.
And then there's a lot of other stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of rumors about the Game Awards.
Rumors about the Game Awards. Leaks that could be tangentially related to the Game Awards. We got bad news for Xbox again. Good news for Capcom maybe, and many more.
And before we do any of that, we're gonna thank some people. We're gonna thank LJ for the 53 months. George McFarland for the 49 months. Hey guys, happy podcast day. What is the last game you guys beat? I have to think about the last game I beat.
Indiana Jones and the Order of the Giants. I actually just finished that DLC this weekend.
Oh, the DLC. Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Really cool final boss in that.
Okay.
So.
What was the last game I beat? What was the last game I rolled credits on? Oh, God. Blade Chimera in January? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
WULFF DEN with the 65 months. Hey, Wolf Bros. Now that Netflix is buying Warner Brothers, do you think we'll finally see the hashtag Snyderverse restored? Oh, good God. I can't wait for Zack to finish the story and release Justice League 2 and 3, and also Ben Affleck's Batman, which would have had Deathstroke. Oh, and don't forget Black Adam 2. We were promised Black Adam 2. You're not... Oh, you're Will who wrote that.
Yeah.
I had a stroke for a second.
That's okay. I will often, in one of my group chats, expound positively about the Snyderverse to people who I know I'm kidding. Except when I text them, because then I don't think they know I'm kidding.
Right. You need to very specifically. It becomes more obvious the more and more you read it.
But the problem is, not to my 2 friends. So I feel like I need to put hashtag sarcasm somewhere in there so that
the
they know.
/S.
Yes.
None of that is happening.
Yeah.
Not a single one of those things.
Of course not. But it's great to see people think that that's going to happen.
Did Netflix work with Zack Snyder on?
Netflix produced and distributed Army of the Dead and his Rebel Moon film.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's
the Rebel
what it was,
Moon
yeah.
Films?
Yeah.
There's multiple films?
There's Rebel Moon Part 1 and 2.
Oh,
there's
God.
the anime spinoff. Then there's the 2 Snyder cuts of Rebel Moon 1 and 2.
I didn't know there were 2.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That's the Star Wars movie.
Yes.
That's him trying to make a Star Wars movie.
That's him trying to make a Star Wars movie with sex and blood and someone says fuck at one point.
At one point. Mr. Game and Tech is for 17 months. Rose City Will, thanks for the 13 months. Years worth of Bezos bucks. I'd say it's an even trade. Keep killing it. You both make LA traffic a bit more bearable. I don't see how that's possible.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Not fun.
Javis Flip with the 2 months. I subscribe to the Patreon. Are patrons supposed to have access to type in the supporter channel on Discord? Yes. You need to link it to your Discord account.
Duh.
I noticed we don't. Oh, maybe I didn't give access to type. Can you see it? You can see it and you can't type? I got to work on that. Majin Jameson, thanks for 39 months. And Sukasa, thanks for the 45 months. Hooray for 45 months. Glad to be enjoying Wolf Brothers. Love the new setup. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyway, what else should we do? We should start talking about
the news. Okay, so context is important. I think it was like last week. Well, Warner Brothers for a while I said like, "Hey, we're for sale. We're bad with money. Somebody buy us and fix our problems." The rumor was Paramount was going to buy them, but Netflix swooped in and said, "We will buy you for," I think it was $82 billion. It's a lot of money. And then Paramount came back and said, "Hold on just a minute. We're friends with the president. We could do what we want. $100 billion for Warner Brothers."
They don't have money.
No, but Larry Ellison, who runs Paramount now, his father, who runs Oracle, does have money.
Oh, the Oracle guy.
Yes. So that's where that comes in. This is related to us because buying Warner Brothers Discovery includes Warner Brothers games.
Yeah, and also the whole IP of, a lot of IPs.
Yeah, a lot of IPs.
You got the Wizarding World.
The DC, Mortal Kombat, the entire like Midway back catalog. So like it's a decent chunk of like gaming ephemera owned by Warner Brothers. Yeah. Apparently, and this will get into the article we're going to talk about, part of the reason why Paramount's offered a lot more money is not just because they want it. They are willing to buy everything under the Warner Brothers Discovery umbrella. Netflix's offer is just for the movie studios and the back catalog of film and TV shows.
Okay.
That doesn't include the TV channels that Warner Brothers owns. So Discovery, TBS, TNT,
I did
things
hear
like that.
Discovery might, all of the TV channels would go under like a Discovery like umbrella and be pawned off somewhere else.
And apparently this deal that Netflix offered did not include Warner Brothers games.
That is weird. Where would that go? Would it dissolve? And why wouldn't they want that? They have their own gaming thing. Netflix has their own gaming thing and their own studios.
They do, but they also don't anymore.
Anymore?
Well, they have gaming studios, but they don't have like AAA gaming studios.
Okay. I mean, they have some pretty big, they have Oxenfree. That's the only big IP that I can think of.
Yeah. Well, let's read. The news that Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers didn't ever look like it would be good for game players, but a recent investor call by the streamer suggests things are a whole lot worse than previously imagined. Netflix co-CEO Gregory Peters told investors that when it came to Warner's gaming division, it didn't even factor it into the $83 billion deal. It was apparently considered to add nothing to the company's overall value because they're relatively minor compared to the grand scheme of things. Warner Brothers Games hasn't exactly shown of late, with multiple closures of extremely talented teams and the recent flops of Multiverses and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but it's more popular. But it's still hardly minor. For one, Hogwarts Legacy was the best-selling game of 2023 in the US, more popular than even Call of Duty, selling 34 million copies in its first year. That's billions of dollars in revenue. Then you've got the Arkham franchise, Mortal Kombat, plus the infinite money machine that is every single Lego game from Star Wars to Harry Potter to Batman. Yes, it suffered as much as every other arm of the company under David Zaslav, but it's not something you immediately write off as worthless. However, that's the price Netflix put on Warner Brothers games when bidding for the whole company. This is the full quote from co-CEO of Netflix, Gregory Peters. While we definitely have been doing some great work in the game space, we actually didn't attribute any value to that from the get-go because they're relatively minor compared to the grand scheme of things. So even with the multi-billion-dollar franchises of the Warner Brothers Games division, Hogwarts Legacy, Arkham, the Lego games, Mortal Kombat, even with all that, Netflix still looked at this and went, nah.
Yeah, why? I mean, they could sell it, but who's going to want that?
I know. I'm sure Microsoft, of course, would want it.
I'm sure that people would love it. People would love to swoop it up, but it's just baffling that Netflix doesn't think it's worth anything to them.
Yeah.
At least have some controls over your IP in the gaming space, you know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they think, because like Disney does this, you know, they had their own in-house studios for a long time,
Mhm.
and then eventually they closed them down, and it was easier for them to just license their IPs to outside studios and have them work on it. You know, game studios who actually know what they're doing,
Yeah.
rather than a movie studio trying to be a game studio.
Yeah, I guess they could still maintain the licenses while not having any of the game studios. But Warner Brothers games, I mean, Hogwarts Legacy was the biggest thing in like a really, really, really long time. It like broke like a whole ton of records.
Yeah,
It's
it was-
amazing that they don't want anything to do
What
with
did they
that.
say? It was the first game in like a decade to be the best-selling game in America that wasn't Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
That's not nothing.
that's insane.
Mhm.
I don't really blame them for not wanting the rest of the Warner Brothers games stuff, because Warner Brothers games has been on kind of a downward
Yes,
trend.
but even still, Mortal Kombat, the Lego games, you know, for what it's worth, the Arkham games, you know, there hasn't been a new one in like a decade now, but even still, that's still a major IP. There's still a lot you could do with it if you ever want to revive it. So that Injustice, I'm looking at a different article, but yeah, Injustice is still an IP they can use. You know, there's a lot to go with there. You know, you still have a viable game studio that, if you foster it, could still produce good content.
And if you bring it in under Netflix, you have a whole lot of other stuff. You have
Yeah.
a whole lot of other IPs that you can rope
We
into
could,
that.
you know, Stranger Things is ending, but you can get that new Stranger Things game out there.
There's a Squid Game VR game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix has been doing some weird stuff with games. And is the Red Dead Redemption game through Netflix or not?
Yeah.
It
Yeah, you
is?
can play Red Dead Redemption on your iPhone via Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are they even bothering with games if they don't want this? This seems like a free major game studio.
I
and
think
they
it's
just don't care.
because like their gaming division, I don't think it's hitting the numbers they thought it would.
Okay.
Because, you know, for one thing, a lot of people don't know they could do that. Like they don't really like advertise it as well as they could. They started doing a lot of indie games, but like they got rid of a lot of them like recently, like within this year. And also they had one AAA team there. I forget what the name of it. And then they shuttered it. And I don't think they ever put out a game.
So Netflix had a AAA game.
They had a
studio.
AAA game.
Okay.
Team Blue.
Oh, wait, I know Team Blue. Why do I know Team Blue?
Seemed poised to break the mold of what Netflix was doing in gaming. Early hints that the team was working.
Oh, it was a collection of people who worked on other games, like
Yeah.
Joseph Staten from Halo, Chaco Sonny from Overwatch,
Yeah.
and that's probably the people who.
Yeah, they were putting together like they were putting together a team of people to do like a big AAA game, and then I guess they realized it's too much money.
Raphael Grassetti from God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had a bunch of big names, and they probably hired a bunch of big names so that they could say they had a AAA game studio, and then they got rid of it. This is the problem with companies that have billions of dollars. Then they want to get into other things. They just throw a bunch of money at it, and then they either cancel it or it ends up being a huge mess.
It's a big thing with like traditional tech companies too.
Yeah.
Because Netflix, Amazon, especially.
Amazon keeps starting projects. Everything about Amazon sucks except for their online storefront,
And even that sucks.
and their Amazon Web Services.
I specifically mean about like starting games up. Netflix, Amazon, Google. Every time they like take a step and like they're going to get serious about games, they sink a lot of money into it and then they shut it down, because I think in their mind, game development, that should be no different than traditional technology, software development. But because you're dealing more so with an art form, which is fluid and changes, and like, you know, what you start out as is not going to be what it's going to be at the end. Like that doesn't fit a traditional like timetable.
You can't just throw numbers at it. You can't be like, well, AAA games do good. Can we make a third-person action game out of Stranger Things? Like you have to make it fit you have to make it fit, and it needs
Yeah.
to be fun, and it needs to an actual human has to be like, this is what I think would be a unique and good idea.
Right.
That's what makes games good.
Mhm.
It doesn't often happen that like a bunch of people in a conference room decide what the next big IP is going to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's something that doesn't take a lot of work and just ends up being fun. Sometimes it's something that you never would have expected.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's a little piece of a game that ends up being like the biggest part of the game.
Exactly.
So, and that's something that a bunch of suits in a room aren't going to be able to decide.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with big billion-dollar corporations, just throwing a bunch of money at something and trying to make the next big thing, trying to get a return on their investment.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out that way. But yeah, Google does stuff like this. Netflix has done this before. Amazon does stuff like this. I know Google Stadia gets a lot of shit. I thought it was fine. They marketed it horribly.
Yeah.
But there could have been some legs there. But they just they put all the wrong pieces into it.
Yeah. Speaking of Google Stadia, you still have time to switch your controller over from a Stadia controller to a regular PC controller.
I bet they'll extend that.
Oh yeah, they keep doing it. So
They keep extending the deadline. Why is there a deadline? Probably because they just don't want to
they don't want
post
to.
the
Yeah.
firmware on their server.
They need that server space for AI, Bob.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So,
No matter what way you slice it, it's gonna suck for gamers and like fans of these series, because like no matter who gets it, you know, if Netflix gets Warner Brothers, then Warner Brothers games is gonna get like shuttered off to the wind or whatever. If Paramount gets it, I don't think Paramount has ever had anything to do with video games in the history of the universe.
well, they made the Halo.
The TV show.
TV show.
Yeah.
That ended up being good.
The suit was good.
Okay.
I'll give him that. Like the Master Chief suit was actually pretty good. And the Warthog. Everything else was like 90s Star Trek levels of special
And
effects.
he was naked a lot.
He was. You
Apparently
see
he
his
was
butt.
naked a lot.
And he fucked.
He fucked.
He fucked. Yeah.
He doesn't fuck in the games.
No.
That's why TV shows are better.
Yeah.
Edward Bova says, Bob, me, not
Just you.
Don't forget Netflix considered buying EA and Disney.
We again, that was another article I almost put in the keep. So yeah, apparently at some point, Netflix had considered buying EA to add to its portfolio. Why? I don't know. Again, Netflix doesn't know what to do with AAA gaming.
EA, we talked about in an earlier episode, is being bought out by a Saudi group.
When we talked about it, we said it was being bought as a consortium of Saudi Arabia, the PIF, I think is the name
The
of
Magic
it.
Dragon?
Yeah. It was it's like basically from their fund to like buy up companies to make you forget the fact that they slaughtered a journalist. That Jared Kushner's investment firm and another investment firm.
He's going in on it?
Yeah. Well,
my God.
we didn't talk about this. Apparently came out like weeks later. I think it's like 95% of that deal is all the Saudi government.
Yeah.
Like
90, they want 93% of EA.
Yeah.
That's what it said. I didn't know if it was the government, but I saw the Saudis want 93%.
And when you talk about Saudi Arabia, like it's the government
And money.
It's the government.
Yeah, they have unlimited money.
Yeah.
So that's EA has also been down the tubes for a long time. I haven't liked an EA game since Burnout?
Probably, yeah.
EA has not been
yeah, I'm like I looked at their website recently and I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna miss this. When like because I was like, there's like no EA franchise right now that I'm like interested in. Like any EA game I'm interested in came out on like Xbox 360 and before.
They did a great job of like really like making me not want to play any of their damn games.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard Battlefield 6 is good. Fine. The Dead Space remake I heard was very good. We got an article on that.
I just Googled list of Electronic Arts games and I got this Wikipedia article. And it says Star Wars Jedi, 1990. Oh, and wait, what?
Well, they are gonna. Oh yeah, the
first game, latest game. Okay, so latest game, Star Wars Jedi Survivor 2023. Is that the latest EA
no
game?
Battlefield 6 is their latest game.
That makes a lot more sense. This is not
Yeah.
accurate because there's barely any games on this thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Shank?
Oh, Shank was good.
This game?
Yeah, Shank was fun. It was from the Mark of the Ninja guys.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like a decade or so ago.
They have Hazelight. They do A Way Out and It Takes Two and all those games.
Yeah, but those are 100%, Hazelight games. Those are not EA games.
Yeah. But yeah, Battlefield 6, I guess. And like that's it.
Yeah.
Apex Legends, I guess they own Apex Legends.
Yeah.
But like, that's kind of been it's kind of old news by this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're having a really big crisis of a bunch of game studios that are too big and being bought out by even bigger things.
Yeah.
And all of the art that you love is going to be ruined.
Yeah. It's like I constantly tell people, gaming sucks now.
Yeah. I mean, EA has been that way for a while, but
yeah.
And also, again, Warner Brothers games haven't loved a lot of stuff there, but at least people seem to really like the Hogwarts.
People seem to like
Hogwarts
Hogwarts Legacy.
stuff.
But again, like maybe their recent output hasn't been like great, but they did have like a solid studio there.
There's a lot of IP there that is worth making games about.
Yeah.
And they just have been doing a bad job. And with the right leadership, they could do an amazing job.
Yeah, but again, they have like
they have.
Traveler's Tales, TT Games. They have Rocksteady. They have NetherRealm still. They don't have Monolith anymore, which sucks, but...
Didn't they also say Dead Space is officially dead again?
It's funny you should say that.
Why is that?
That is an article.
Well, I'll read it.
All right. Well, I got to get my notes.
I got it. Dead Space is dead again.
For the second time, it's curtains for the Dead Space franchise.
This is what Gizmodo looks like now?
Yeah, it's weird. According to sources speaking to Insider Gaming, the sci-fi horror series is on ice following the release of 2023's Remake. EA reportedly not looking to bring the series back anytime soon through any means like a reboot or another remake. However, those same sources expose hope that the publisher, soon to be a majority owned by the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, that's PIF, Public Investment Fund,
the Magic Dragon,
which itself in a bit of a financial bind, would sell the IP as a means of paying off some debt incurred by this deal. The fate of Dead Space post-remake has been up in the air and somewhat contentious. An extended ending indicated developer Motive wanted to give the second game and potentially third game a similar treatment of their own. During 2024, a report claims EA shelved a Dead Space 2 remake, only for EA to push back and say Motive had no aims to remake the sequel and was focused on other projects, including its Iron Man game. Bloomberg later revealed Motive explored both another remake and a wholly new entry for the series, both of which died after the remake missed internal sales targets. EA has never really liked Dead Space. They
lost the guy who made it.
Right, but I mean, the first two games were modest hits, and I think, this is like typical AAA publisher. They were modest hits, but like they can't be modest hits. They have to be the biggest games in the world.
Yeah.
And so Dead Space 3, they're like, you're turning this into a multiplayer game. Add all of these multiplayer elements. We're going to put microtransactions for the guns for you to use.
Dead Space as a multiplayer game sounds like a shit show.
Yeah, it was bad.
Sounds like ass.
It was very bad. I mean, it was a co-op multiplayer game.
Oh, well, that sounds good.
No, because it like borked the story. It turned it more into an action game instead of a horror game. Multiplayer horror doesn't really work in that context because like it's not as scary when you're with somebody as opposed to when you play alone,
Yeah, I mean, there's some friend slop games that are good horror games. But I think that they frequently separate the people. And that's what makes it scary.
Yeah, so when EA ruined Dead Space 3, they blamed Visceral, shut them down, and didn't touch it until the Resident Evil remake started doing really well. So EA's like, hey, don't we own a horror franchise? Spin that back up again. Mm-hmm. And my understanding was the Dead Space remake was very good. But again, it was a modest hit. So,
and then the spiritual successor that the Dead Space guy made ended up being
that's
not
the
good.
Protocol, yeah.
All right, well, Once again, these companies are making. I don't understand what I don't. I would just love to be inside the mind of one of these big CEOs that makes all these decisions.
I think it's just a bad time for everyone, really, and like the bigger companies are like not.
Their only goal is to keep making as much money as they can, year over year, and that's not a good like recipe for any creativity. You know, you have to take risks and stuff and do things that are unique and not tried and true and not things that have worked before. You need to do new things.
I forgot what movie it was that like did badly.
Star Wars.
No, it wasn't Star Wars.
Air Bud.
No, it was I was watching a video on the Disney movie The Lone Ranger.
Okay.
That was like
the Johnny Depp one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like a big budget movie. It didn't make a lot of money back, but that came out at a time when that was okay because Disney was also making smaller movies that were doing fairly well that could recoup the cost of it. That's the way movie studios used to work. They would make one big movie that would hopefully make all the money, and then they would use the profits to fund all the smaller movies. Or if that big movie failed, hopefully the smaller movies would recoup some of the costs because there would be a lot of them and people would go see a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's not that way anymore because now everything needs to be an Avengers size movie or it's considered a disaster. And it's the same thing in video games now.
If you keep trying to make the next big thing, you're going to just keep making bad things and they're all going to, and then people are going to start to lose faith in the movie studio or the company or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you make one big thing that you know is going to work and then a bunch of little things, not all of them need to do good.
Yeah.
You get one or two of them do good. And then those are the ones that everybody's going to remember. And they're the ones that people are going to say, oh, I want to go to this movie studio the next time they make a little movie because I want to see it.
Look at the lesson of Mafia: The Old Country. You know, that was a smaller game that was trying to do something different and it appealed to people and it was a success. Like Take-Two said, like, hey, this is a success. We should make more games in this vein. You know?
That's great.
That's the great lesson.
I didn't know that was Take-Two.
Yeah.
Because that's basically the same company as Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you know, because like, so Take-Two is like, that's like the parent company, and then it's got two sub companies, Rockstar and then 2K Games. They care more about what 2K Games does than Rockstar. I guess because Rockstar, like, they have proven they know what they're doing. 2K Games doesn't really know what they're doing.
All right. Well, that's. Are we done talking about corporate greed?
For now. I'm sure it'll come up again.
We'll do the backlog.
Okay. Backlog.
Hey guys, it's backlog time.
Backlog is a segment of the WULFF DEN Podcast where we go through our entire video game collection, a collection of over 1,052 games, pick one at random, and talk about it regardless of whether or not we've played it.
924.
9-2. Oh, hold on. I almost erased the game. 924.
Yes, sir.
4. That brings us to we got to re-roll. That's Mass Effect.
401.
401 brings us to Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh. All right, the Nintendo Switch. This is the bad. Okay,
you bought this for Switch. I played this when I had PS Plus because it was a PS Plus game, so I played it on PS4 to completion.
I just found from the Sonic channel, it's not the official one, full game, 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Yeah, it's a quick one.
I did not get very far at all. This game is so impossibly bad. It's so bad that I thought it was worse than Sonic 06. Then I played Sonic 06 and I take it back. But this is probably number 2. What else is there?
Sonic and the Secret Ring, Sonic and the Black Knight.
Okay.
Sonic Blast on the Game Gear.
You might have a point there. Okay. Sonic Blast on the Game Gear, I don't think I've played. Sonic and the Secret Rings was very bad.
Yes.
This is up there.
It's bad. I mean, I don't hate it as much as you do, but like I can concede that like, yeah, it's not a good game. It's like they looked at Sonic Generations and did not understand what people liked about that game.
Yeah, they tried to do they saw Sonic Generations and they were like, was this right after Sonic Mania?
Yeah.
This was the next thing that they did.
This was supposed to be
You're not on the right screen. All right.
Were you aware that Sonic Mania was actually supposed to be a prequel to Sonic Forces?
No.
The way that Sonic Mania ends, like Sonic like gets lost in a void, like it goes to like white and like he like fades into the white void. And then in Sonic Forces, when classic Sonic shows up, that's the same Sonic from Sonic Mania. He gets transported into the events of Sonic Forces.
I assumed that was a continuation of Sonic Generations.
No, it's a continuation because those two games were supposed to come out at the same time, and it was supposed to be Mania was supposed to lead into Forces.
That's awful.
Yeah, it kind of ruined Sonic Mania.
So they tried to do like a Sonic Generations type thing where you play classic Sonic, modern Sonic, and a guy you make.
Create a character.
And it's just absolutely the worst. The create a character, I guess, is like kind of a hybrid. He does like a 3D levels and 2D levels.
Yeah.
But he
also had like special abilities, like he could whip stuff. He had like a lasso.
I think you pick one, right?
Yeah.
You pick like an ability, and it's mostly just grappling hook type stuff. It is not good. It doesn't work right. Like a lot of the levels are just straight up broken, and glitchy, and there's no cohesion there's no like level design. It's just shit thrown together. It is insane that this was the Sonic team's move after Sonic Mania. Everybody fell in love with Sonic Mania and said this was the best Sonic thing we've seen in decades. And the official Sonic team, because that was made by a bunch of other people, Sonic Mania, yeah. This game is the official team, and they just shit all over the screen and was like, "This is what we're shipping."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to even describe it. Like there were moments where like I could sort of see like what they were doing. I could sort of appreciate like the idea behind it. I don't hate the idea of a create a character in Sonic because
I get it.
Like that's Sonic fandom.
Custom characters is like a big thing.
Google your name plus the hedgehog, you will find something.
Yeah, making your own character. I thought that was actually not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they went about it was they're all horrible.
Yeah, and the story was. Stories in Sonic games, like you, it's not something we really should pay attention to.
The story is insane. It starts off with a world-ending war.
Yeah,
and is it Sonic's captured and being tortured or
Sonic
something? It's like really dark and weird.
It's like a hard cut to black, and it's like Sonic has been captured. The war is lost. Robotnik controls the world, or whatever. And then it's like, you know, all of his friends are like, "Oh, we got to form a resistance. Who's going to rescue Sonic? Hey, how about this mute creative character that I just found?"
And then you make the guy.
Yeah.
The tone doesn't work at all with how like goofy everything in the world is.
It's like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. I almost like Sonic Frontiers is also like annoyingly serious, but at least that went all in on it. This one's still trying to be like the fun, goofy Sonic and also like a super serious Sonic.
Yeah, the tone was all off. And Sonic 4, I didn't love Sonic Frontiers either, but that had some decent levels at least.
Yeah.
This one, no. I think I rage quit somewhere in the middle of the game. There was one level where you're like sliding down like basically a waterfall.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy to lose yourself and fall through the world.
Yeah, I played this game to completion, and I remember like every level, except for like one or two, every level was like a minute long. And I'm like, I understand that like Sonic games are about speed and getting through levels quickly, but like that's too quick.
Yeah.
If you're blowing through levels that fast, there's no challenge, there's no adversity. You know, the game is jokingly easy at that point.
Mhm.
You know, you're not being challenged. You're not being like provoked in any meaningful way. You know, I have a problem with this game because this is the first game where they changed how the rings work.
How do the rings work in this?
So traditionally in a Sonic game, you know, you collect your rings. If you get hit, you lose your rings, but you have a chance to collect them again. If you collect 100 rings, you get an extra life.
Okay.
They removed the live system from the game. So that kind of changes the functionality of the rings in a way, because now there's no real incentive to collect a lot of them. You just need to collect a few. And that kind of removes a major gameplay element of the Sonic series. And they go back and they do that, and they started doing that with other games. They added it to Sonic X Shadow Generation, so it changes how the Sonic Generations levels work in that game. They put it in Sonic Origins, which changes how those games work.
I was gonna say, you know, like even with lives, like in modern Sonic games, you get a game over, you just start the level over.
I know,
You
but like that's still a part of the game.
I
It's
guess
baked
the
in-
lives would be a checkpoint,
Yeah.
and the game over would be just start the whole level over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I understand is antiquated, but that's how the games were designed. If you're going to change that, then you need to rethink how the whole game is played. So you're still in this weird middle point where, yeah, video games don't really have a live system anymore, but this is for ostensibly a traditional style Sonic the Hedgehog game, which, you know, has live systems baked into it.
There was a recent Sonic game where getting hit didn't get rid of all of your coins. It like did something else. It like took like a couple or something.
I think they started doing that in this.
I'm trying to see this
Sonic-
guy
Sonic
if he loses all of his
Forces,
rings.
Sonic
I don't think he does.
Frontiers like follows on with this, but that actually changed how the rings work. The rings in that work more like a traditional health meter, that you can increase the amount of rings you hold, and like you get hit, you lose a little bit of rings.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I would rather that than trying to do it both ways.
Because
like
the whole
this.
thing is you get hit and you got to quickly get your rings again.
Yeah,
Because I think that's a very important Sonic mechanic.
right. But like Sonic Frontiers was like so vastly different from previous Sonic games, like that move made sense. Here it's still trying to be a traditional Sonic game, and it didn't really work in the way they wanted it to.
This was digital, right? Got this digitally?
I played this on part of PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, but what about the...
Didn't
you pull the Switch version?
Did I? Yes. Of course, I closed the backlog, so now I gotta go look. Nope.
Sonic... No, we don't have it.
We don't have it.
Okay, I'm looking right behind me. We have some games. Though.
Yeah, it's
some
digital.
Sonic games.
It's digital.
Oh,
We
we
have
have the Sonic Collection. We have Sonic...
We have you have I think you have Sonic Mania physical?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Sonic Origins
Sonic
Plus.
Origins, yeah.
Sonic Origins Plus.
And Sonic Superstars.
Yeah, why do we have Sonic Superstars? I definitely played
I
that on
have some.
Steam Deck.
That's a me.
That's a you.
That's a me.
Okay. Yeah, don't play this game. This game sucks.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst Sonic games that has ever been made.
Big time disappointment. Yeah.
Thanks for watching the backlog. Come to a podcast. See you later.
Bye.
Oh boy, Sonic Forces engaged the furry community mainly through its custom character creator. What, did you find this on fucking Google? And why'd you write it twice? Oh, Jeffrey Sorensen, thanks for the 50 months. Jin Wong, thanks for the 53 months. Showing some love for the Wolf Den. Thank you.
Thank you.
GRCI Alex, thanks for the 4 months. More Bezos bucks for the Wolf Bros. I feel like I read that. No, I didn't. Oh, and that was hashtag Will was right. Flo, thanks for the 42 months. Ah, snap. Didn't realize my sub expired. Please forgive me. You're not forgiven. Make sure your sub never expires.
Yeah.
Andre Monchito, thanks for the 6 months. Hello, Bob. Hello. War Machine, thanks for the 21 months. And we got some Patreon subscribers. We got Phil Culver. Apparently those come up in this.
Oh.
And that's it. I think. Anyway, there's more news.
Yes. Like,
Oh, let's get talking about the Analog 3D with the transparent colors.
yes. So, Analog 3D, their N64 clone console came out. It's a good console. It was sold out, but you have a chance to buy it again. And not only that, they're in fantastic colors now.
Ooh, they are. These are all the same colors as the N64?
Yes. So the N64 back in the day, they put out fantastic colors, translucent color variants of the N64. And these are all the same ones. They even did gold, which I think was like a very limited edition N64 color.
Mm-hmm. And they claim that they color matched them very, very well.
I mean, judging from these pictures, they look identical to what they did on the N64. And
these pictures are amazing.
Yeah. What's
They did a really
more,
good job.
you can get the matching 8-bit Do controller.
That is also very cool. Each color has a matching 8-bit Do controller.
Yeah. So
I believe that's $5 more, and the system is
$50.
$50
Well,
more.
no. The system is $50 more than the pre-order price. After it came out, they raised the price by $20.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's
$270 now.
okay. So it's $270 for the black and white one still,
Yes.
and it's $300 for this new Funtastic version.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when do these ship?
They said they ship before Christmas.
Okay, that's insane. They also claim that available for sale December 10th. They also claim that they're going to have shipments of the black and white ones available around the same time.
Yeah, they're going to go back in stock, but I don't think those will be ready in time for Christmas delivery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a couple, maybe, what is it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since the Analog 3D has officially released. And now they're releasing more color variants.
Yeah.
People are, I think, rightly upset about this.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little crazy that, like, we waited so long for the system to come out. It came out much later than they anticipated.
They delayed it a lot.
Yes.
And now, as a thank you, they decided if you pre-ordered it, too bad. We're going to release new colors a couple weeks later.
Yeah, I mean, they did this with the Analog Pocket too, but at least with the Pocket, like, they waited a year before the color versions came out.
They almost 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, like, showed
like
restraint.
a lot.
Yeah.
Well, so the problem with the Analog Pocket was they were never in stock.
Yeah.
And then the next stock that they got was new colors, which is like not that big of a deal, but it is kind of annoying because then just scalpers are going to want, or the people who are collecting are going to want the new colors. The people who didn't get a chance to buy just the vanilla black and white versions aren't going to get a chance because all of the collectors are going to want a million Analog Pockets.
Yeah.
This is doing the same thing, except this was delayed a bunch, and it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, since the console dropped. So they could have very easily done a good faith thing and been like, "Hey, we're gonna have fantastic colors. If you pre-ordered it, you can change your pre-order."
Yeah, because, like, there's 8 different colors. To do 8 different colors of something, like, there's no way, like, they were able to do this, like, in a weekend. They had to have known they were going to do this months ago.
Yeah, no, these have to have been made.
Yeah.
These have to have been made already.
Especially if they're going to ship out before Christmas.
They knew they were doing it. Yeah. This is a decision well in advance.
Yeah.
If you knew people were upset that you were delaying your product so long, you could have easily been like, "Hey, we're gonna have new colors soon."
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to switch your pre-order, you could do that. Instead, they know that people are going to want to buy more than one. So they're going to get you on both. They did this so that you would get tricked into buying the black and white version and then later buy the Funtastic color version. And I think that that's a slap in the face to your early adopters. It makes people not want to support Analog until, like, well after release.
Yeah. Well, what sucks is that, like, you know, the Funtastic colors are limited edition. So, like, they're going to go quickly. They go on sale at the time of recording tomorrow.
A lot of people were saying, like, how could you not have seen Analog doing this? How could you not have seen this coming? Again, the only other thing they've done this with is the Analog Pocket, and that was almost 2 years after launch. It was a full year, and then I think a couple months after launch.
Yeah, that was we didn't expect it to happen this quickly.
Yeah, this is insane. And people are already upset at Analogue. They're really not doing themselves any favors.
Yeah.
They know exactly how to get people mad.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this was a very poor move. They look great though.
They do.
For all intents and purposes, they look awesome.
Yeah. Are they awesome enough for the price increase though? Because they are also more expensive than.
Yes.
You think so?
I think they are. I would pay more for this.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know which one I would get. But yeah, I would yeah, which one would I get? We had a regular
N64, yeah.
So
That
we
orange
did
one
have a
does look
jungle
nice.
green
No, that's not jungle green. That's like neon green.
atomic green.
Yeah.
Jungle green is different?
Jungle green is darker.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one I would want. The gold is cool.
The gold is cool.
The gold is very cool. What was that for? Oh, and the smoke was cool.
I don't know what it's for. I remember a buddy
The straight up clear one is I think the one that I would
A buddy
want.
of mine had the gold controller. I think he got that from Nintendo Power.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Clear is the coolest one. This looks like a prison N64.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And yeah, that's the problem. Like they're all cool.
Also, how do they get these pictures? These pictures are amazing. Did you ever get a metal analog pocket bob? No, I modded one to be metal.
Did
and
they
then
make
I
metal
didn't want-
ones?
They did.
Okay.
It was like $400. It was like double the price.
Mm.
But the one that I modded was like $500, and then I had to mod it. So
Yeah.
that's not like a bad price.
I mean, you can still get the Analog Duo, their TurboGrafx console,
Oh, good.
for all you Bonk's Adventures fans out there.
That's so good. People are also really upset about Analog not shipping the DAC.
Digital to analog converter.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
little audio thing.
Yeah, they shipped that for the their Genesis and Super Nintendo systems, and then they promised like future systems would be able to use it via firmware update, and they never put out the firmware.
Yeah.
So,
So people already got it, and
Yeah.
then they were promised something that they can't get it anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, that also sucks.
Mhm.
Yeah. Missing advertised features on the 3D analog response. Oh god, here we go.
Oh no.
What are the features that
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi and memories feature are not currently implemented, but are currently being worked on?
It was supposed to have Wi-Fi?
That's new to me because I never expected it to have Wi-Fi. That's
Technical
very strange.
specifications.
Is it that people are looking at these screenshots and trying to pull features from that? Xbox One controller? I haven't tried it. I didn't try an Xbox controller. Yeah, these screenshots of this UI don't look anything like the UI that's actually on it. It has a lot less of this stuff.
Built-in memory pack, 3DOS, dual band Wi-Fi plus OTA wireless 3DOS updating.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's a problem because that's definitely not there.
Yeah.
This screenshot on the left, there seems like there is Wi-Fi.
Okay.
This is something we call banana software in Germany. It ripens at the customer's site. Okay.
Oh, you Germans.
Also, where's the crack?
Mm.
I would have expected that to come way earlier. Supposedly, EverDrives now work.
Okay.
It's like an update or something that
That's
makes
good.
EverDrives
Yeah.
work. But no, yeah. Where's the crack? It's taken a while. Usually these things are cracked to day one. Then I could put my ROMs on it. Anyway, Lido Beasley, thanks for the 5 months. Good to be back. Well, thank you. Next news. Metroid Prime 4 hides music behind an Amiibo?
One of the biggest additions to Metroid Prime 4 is an open world hub space that Samus travels through on a super cool motorcycle. Unfortunately, this area is pretty lifeless, and you only really have the rattle hum of Samus's bike to accompany its desolate, isolated vibes. There's some ambient music in the background, but it's certainly not doing much to make these sections exciting. Some open world games like GTA or Cyberpunk 2077 let you turn on a radio station while you travel to make driving segments more stimulating. But Metroid Prime 4 has no such option, unless you buy the Metroid Prime 4 Samus Amiibo. The figure allows you to change the music while riding your motorcycle, and paywalling such a basic feature would be maddening if it weren't also one of the most Nintendo-ass decisions the company could have made. Their words, but I agree. For whatever it's worth, the Samus Amiibo looks great, but do keep in mind it's not to be confused with the other Samus figure that includes her bike. That one won't let you change the music. Instead, it will let you change the motorcycle's color and see how much you traveled on your chopper.
Okay, so it's the basic Amiibo.
Yeah.
That changes the music.
Yeah.
So does it change the music or does it add music? Because I was seeing that there is no music at all in the bike segments until you use the Amiibo. Or you beat the game and unlock the music. That was what I was seeing.
I mean, either way, you're paying $30 extra to add music to a section of the game that should have probably had music in it, you know?
I was hearing a lot of bad things about this game.
Yeah.
I was seeing a lot of good things from all of the people who just love Nintendo games and who like go around on Twitter and start fights with people for saying bad things about Nintendo games. But otherwise, I was seeing a lot of people dog on this game because it's been a really long time, like 15 years since Metroid Prime 3.
Yeah.
And
in like 8 years since they announced it initially.
Yeah. And this game apparently is, it's the least, it got the lowest review score of any of the games in the Prime series. And then OJ Player Essence will say, no, Federation Force got the lowest rating.
Who counts that? It makes me wonder though, like, okay, the game's not well liked. Is it because the game is genuinely bad, or are people looking for things to complain about?
Both.
Okay.
Well, okay, I haven't played it.
Me neither.
So
Me neither.
I have it, and I intend to play it.
Okay.
I wanted to play it, and I didn't have a chance to play it.
Right.
And I will play it. But I would imagine that most of these people that I'm seeing on Twitter are looking for bad things to say.
Right.
But I think that if it's got, an 81 on Metacritic?
Something like that. If
it's the lowest score of a Prime, and I'm seeing videos of it and stuff, and I'm seeing the gameplay, and it looks like it looks like a GameCube game. So like the only thing that I think will be impressive to me is the 120 frames per second performance mode. I think that, and the mouse gameplay. I think that might be something that is unique and cool for a Nintendo game. I don't know if most people are going to be playing with a mouse. I don't even know if most people will be playing in performance mode.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like you need
people usually see 4K. I want that.
You need a screen that supports 120 frames per second, and like I don't know if most people have that.
Well, if you got a Switch 2, you got it.
Well, yeah, in the handheld, but like if you're gonna play this docked like on a TV, most people don't have a 120 hertz TV or even a 120 hertz monitor.
I'm excited about it because I want to try 120 hertz on the device itself, because I am genuinely curious how the Switch 2 will handle 120 hertz on the device, because I haven't seen it really like at all.
Yeah.
So there's like no games that support it, and the ones that do have like a bullshit version of 120 hertz. So I want to see how this thing handles itself. Apparently, I saw very quickly Digital Foundry, their like headline, and they said this runs like amazing. Like it doesn't. It seems like it probably doesn't dip frames at all.
Yeah, I've heard it runs very well. I even heard it runs very well on Switch 1. Doesn't look very well on Switch 1, but like it's a solid 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
So that's good news for people who haven't upgraded
Yeah, I think
yet.
this is definitely a Switch 1 game that was ported over and had a lot more room to grow, and then they could make it 120 frames per second. I think I would enjoy this game. I think that the rating is probably accurate. This is just me guessing. I haven't played the game. But I think that generally right now, Nintendo hasn't really... They've been releasing a lot of just like things that don't have that Nintendo magic anymore.
I feel like they're coasting.
Yeah.
You know, like they put
coasting.
out their system. It's their big victory lap. So now they're just like coasting on like the goodwill of everybody until, you know, they get their act together and they put out a new Zelda or a new Mario or something like that.
Yeah.
So
people were talking about people were concerned about the bike, the motorcycle areas, because it's just like a big empty nothingness.
yeah.
And that was something I kind of just assumed it was just a way to get from point A to point B, like between between the different areas of the map. Like I didn't think that it was a big open world thing. Apparently, I'm hearing it is a big open world thing. And imagine going through that with no music at all.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
It sounds like they took a part of the game and they were like, we need to remove something from the game and put it into an amiibo.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing they decided to do.
They've been doing that. Like they've been like removing features and like hiding it behind amiibo.
Changing the color, like a cosmetic item.
That's one thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like do that with the amiibo.
They did that with Dread. They made like one of the energy tanks. You had to get an amiibo for it. And like that's traditionally just something you find in the game world.
Or adding a song, not like changing the song, not like if it's just silence and then you need to put an amiibo to add the music,
like a heavy metal cover of like the Super Metroid theme or whatever. Like that would be cool.
Yeah. It's not a big open world thing. Okay. The feature is in the game. It's a new Game Plus feature that the amiibo. Yeah, I said that. I literally said that earlier. You have to beat the game to get it. But my understanding is that there is no music at all unless you use an amiibo or you beat the game. And that is weird.
I think they said there's like an ambient like sound to it, but like not like music.
Mm-hmm. It's basically Hyrule Field from Ocarina of Time. Oh, so it's like a hub area?
Okay.
That is kind of like an open world, though. I assumed it was like you do it between areas, not like it being the hub. Because if it's the hub area, then it's basically an open world. The Des area specifically, even on Switch 2, makes it apparent that was originally a Switch 1 game. Yeah, it looks like a big barren nothingness. It almost looks like a Pokemon game.
In a bad way.
In a bad way. Anyway. Scott the Sloth, thanks for the 15 months. And that's it.
Okay.
Next news. How about a controller you can play with your feet?
Keyboard maker Varmilo is set to launch a range of so-called foot keyboards for PC gaming. These contain Cherry MX Silent Black switches with models ranging from 3 to 4 buttons. The actual base itself is 3D printed, though it appears Varmilo included a raised section that supports your foot arch. The base model starts at $50 on sale for pre-order. Just make sure you're going to be gaming when barefoot or within your socks. Apparently, users are expected to hit the 25mm diameter ABS cap on either side of their big toe and pinky toe, respectively. It supports either wired, Bluetooth, or 2.4 gigahertz connections. Vermilo indicated the controller is suitable for fighting and first-person shooter games, and not just in racing titles like you may already get when, with any number of driver's seat simulators. The device supports a 1,000 hertz polling rate, which determines how fast the controller sends data to the PC. It has a response time of 10 milliseconds or less, which taken together does make it seem like it's built for competitive gaming, so long as it's working alongside a quality gaming ready keyboard and mouse.
I was looking at apparently there's this article also mentions the MSI Liberator.
The MSI Liberator, yes. Which is apparently still for sale through MSI Taiwan for $180.
That's so much money
I
for
know.
a foot switch. I was looking for a foot switch for my arcade cabinet to play Time Crisis, and they're so expensive.
Yeah.
The one that's like, it's just like diamond plate, but diamond plate, it's not diamond, it's metal.
Yeah.
It was like $400 for a foot switch. It's just a switch.
Yeah.
It's one key basically.
I mean, this might be it.
I know people who, a lot of streamers use foot switches to mute their mic or like if they're talking to people in Discord or something, they'll like mute it from them so that they can talk to the chat real quick and then get back to like talking to their friends.
Elgato makes a pedal, Stream Deck pedal. It's $90.
Yeah, it's programmable and you can do whatever you want with it. This one has 4 buttons, so that's kind of a lot.
Yeah, because you're expected to play barefoot, so you can like.
A bunch of people sent this to me. First of all, I'm not playing games barefoot, so you got me there. I'm not.
You
I'm
can
not
wear socks. It says socks.
Okay. Second of all, I have no idea what I would use this for. I was trying to think of how I would play Mario with this, and you can't. This is not a thing.
Yeah, no, you have to do it in conjunction with like a keyboard or a joystick.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You can like have 2 button. You can have it like hold down, run, and move. No, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't see a use case for myself. Otherwise, I mean, for streaming, yeah, you can like change scenes and stuff, or have like a panic button. People call these like the porn switch. So you like hit the button and it like removes all the windows from your screen. So if somebody walks in on you, you can just hit the button with your foot and be like, "I'm just doing my homework, mom." Yeah. Otherwise, I'm good. And this is 100 and what?
No, this is the article
$50.
The article said it's $50, but I'm on their website and it says it's $90.
The base model is on sale for a $50 pre-order.
Okay.
Says the article.
Okay.
Vermillo?
Yeah.
Oh, the base model it says $90. It's only 3 keys.
Yeah, you can get a 4-key one and then a 4-key dual, whatever that means.
Okay, the 4-key one is also $90. So something is wrong with their website. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
I don't know. That just looks like a box.
That's just a box. Anyway. Yeah, I don't need. This is not for me. I'm sorry.
Well, we tried, guys. Maybe next time.
Gaming on feet, Doritos in hand.
There you go.
There you go.
You finally eat your Doritos while you game.
Doritos on feet.
You don't need them stupid little like finger chopsticks.
I think it's useful for musicians that stream. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people who are not removing their hands from their controllers.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, next news. Clair Obscur gets cast, calls on Game Awards to add a mocap category. I have heard this before.
Well, because we talked about when Charlie Cox, Daredevil, was nominated for Best Performance for Clair Obscur 33. And he said that they shouldn't nominate me. They should nominate my mocap actor because he did most of the work. And now the rest of the cast of Clair Obscur Expedition 33 stars Jennifer English, Shyla Nix, Devora Wild, and Alonia Baranova have called on the Game Awards to introduce a motion capture category specifically to celebrate motion capture artists. Baranova said, "If I may, can I put my petition forward for why we need to have a motion capture category? It needs to happen. I posted about it online the other day, and some people are questioning, like, how would we do it? I don't know. They can figure it out. We need to do it because there are these fantastic mocap performances going on. It's been decades of actors going in, doing mocap, and then someone else's voice is popped on top. And those mocap performers just disappear. I forgot that. Nobody knows about them." I think they're onto something, especially in the world of gaming where, like, it's an equal split, you know, motion capture and voiceover performance.
I think that there's a lot of art that goes into video games and the Game Awards doesn't recognize most of it.
You're correct. Yes.
That like you're getting like the best director.
Yeah.
I think there's one category that's like art direction.
Mm-hmm.
And even that is like, they're just the most popular games.
Yeah.
They're not ones that like actually have any major like feats in art direction. Motion capture designers, people who are like environment artists and stuff. Like there's some games that have like incredible feats of game design work that are not being recognized at all because the Game Awards isn't recognizing the actual act of making the games. It's just it's just so they can all suck each other off. It's just a big Jeff Keighley suck fest.
Well, no, Jeff Keighley only has eyes for Kojima. Let's be real here. There's only one man he's going to suck.
It's a big corporate event where they just show a bunch of trailers and they want the awards to be the most digestible categories possible.
Yeah, and I think it kind of sucks that like
how many awards can we give the biggest games?
I think it sucks that like, you know, people equate the Game Awards to gaming Oscars, but really it's more in line with like the MTV Movie Awards. You know, like it's not necessarily the most prestigious, but like it does celebrate the more populous picks and like is a bit more like fun and like, you know, party atmosphere. It's tight, but they still like the Game Awards has this illusion of being the prestigious Game Awards as opposed to like BAFTA and DICE and like all those platforms. I think, you know, I don't disagree that like maybe there should be like best vocal performance and best motion capture performance. Sometimes it's the same person, sometimes it's not. I was watching after I beat Order of the Giants, the digital art book for Indiana Jones actually has like behind the scenes footage, and it's basically like the cutscenes, not all of them, but it's the cutscenes without the graphics on it. So you can see like Troy Baker and the other actors like doing the motion cap and the voice work, but a lot of it is not Troy Baker. It's someone else doing the mocap, and he just comes in for like, you know, the dialogue heavy stuff. So it's not just one guy playing Indiana Jones in that game. There's like at least 3 people doing it.
But also the motion capture isn't 100% what makes it into the game either, because there's a motion designer that is changing things.
Right. And a lot of times they have to also add an animator to create new animations to like, you know, bridge the gap, so to speak. But that still doesn't detract from the fact that like motion capture is a big part of AAA gaming. And like, if this is going to be the AAA Game Awards, then like you gotta start honoring more than just, you know, calling it best actor like is too limiting. Like you need, it's like, you know, the Oscars are finally going to honor stunt performers next year. So, and I think that's a long time overdue. I think the same thing with gaming and motion capture performance, because like games were using motion capture before movies were. They should be like honoring it before the movies do.
My argument was more so that there is just a lot of categories outside of just motion capture that are being like neglected.
Right. I mean, like, yeah, you can get nebulous with it, like best motion capture performer, best motion capture director, best motion capture whatever. You can just do like best motion capture team, and that honors everybody. You know, if you want to just like do one category and get it over with.
Every time we criticize the Game Awards, we have to bring up that the award show that we always like pick apart the Game Awards, and we're like, we want it to be more like this.
Yeah.
And it's always just describing the DICE Awards.
Yeah.
The DICE Awards does have all of these categories. I don't think they have motion. I don't think they have motion capture. But they do have outstanding achievement in animation. It's outstanding achievement in character. A bunch of different audio categories. Outstanding technical achievement. And that's besides all of the like, you know, fighting game category, online game of the year and stuff like that. Even they could do a little better with getting a little more granular with the different categories, because there's like in video games there's a lot of different there's a lot of different jobs, and all of them are creative jobs that are, you know, those people don't, you know, get any of the recognition for helping make some of the biggest IPs and selling a lot of money's worth of games.
So I'm looking into it. DICE Awards for Outstanding Achievement in Character is presented to an individual or team whose work has furthered the interactive experience through the creation of a memorable character within an interactive title. Their most recent winner was Indiana Jones, and that was credited to Troy Baker, director Jerk Gustafsson, writer Tommy Tortzen Bjork, and executive producer Todd Howard.
That's interesting because it does say consideration the marriage of voice acting and performance motion capture work,
Yeah.
character design and execution and writing. So this is taking into account all of those things, but
Yes.
they didn't credit the motion capture guy. They just, I mean, Troy Baker. I don't know how much Troy Baker did.
I mean, I'm sure Troy Baker like does a lot. You know, he probably doesn't do like the fight scenes or like the extreme stunts because like they're doing stunts in that.
Recognize the guy that tweaked the motion capture.
Right.
Like someone else is taking those performances and doing shit with
Right.
it. And that's the other guy who did the motion capture and also the artists.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Well, can't wait to see the Game Awards this week.
Yep.
Is that all the Game Award news? I feel like that's not all the Game
Well,
Award
there's a
news.
bunch of
Tomb Raider update at the Game Awards.
where are my notes? I don't organize my notes. I'm bad at my job. The Game Awards airs this Thursday, December 11th, but we now know that one of the big reveals will be Tomb Raider. This announcement was first revealed in Fortnite. Yes, Fortnite. Before the franchise's official Twitter account shared the news to a broader audience. The announcement consists of a piece of art that shows a silhouette of Lara Croft atop a pedestal bearing the words, "Announcement December 11th." While the announcement doesn't explicitly promise a new game reveal, it's been known since 2022 that Crystal Dynamics, the shepherds of the Tomb Raider series since 2006's Tomb Raider Legend, is working on a new entry in the series. At the time, the studio announced that it was being developed in Unreal 5, but little else is known about the project other than it will be published by Amazon. Even after this division suffered massive layoffs in October, the development of the game was reportedly also unaffected by the round of layoffs that hit Crystal Dynamics in August. This is something I'm actually like really interested in because like I've loved the Crystal Dynamic Tomb Raider games, but like also what the fuck is happening with the Crystal Dynamic Tomb Raider games? Like we haven't had a new one since Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
We've been getting a lot of re-releases.
Yeah. Shadow of the Tomb Raider I think was 2018. And
Yep,
then it was
says
a lot of re-releases. Crystal Dynamics has been doing a lot of other stuff. They did Marvel's Avengers, which was bad. They were working on Perfect Dark with Microsoft, and that fell apart, and that affected them big time. They were bought by Embracer Group and then sold from Embracer Group. I don't know who owns them now. So there's a lot of like upheaval going on in Crystal Dynamics, and I don't know how that's going to affect the development of this game.
Do you think that this is a new game in that modern Lara Croft series, or do you think this is a reboot?
My understanding was it was something of a reboot.
Because that's like a trilogy of games.
Yeah,
right?
it was kind of like try to be more of a bridge between like that series and like what the classic style Tomb Raider games were like. So I don't know what that means. You know, because the new series was definitely more of like a Metroidvania type game, and the older games were more like open level structure. You know, it was like one level, but like the levels were open and you can explore. So I don't know what their plan is necessarily. We also know like there's this one image of Laura that they put out. This was actually her character model from when she was in Call of Duty, but that they said that's going to be what she's going to look like.
Oh. Where'd you find that?
This I just Googled. This is from the Game Bible.
Okay. There she is.
Yeah.
This is her from Call of Duty?
That's what she looked like in Call of Duty, but that's official artwork from the new game that's
so
coming out.
Concept art. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is a lot closer to original Lara Croft.
Yeah.
This is not like modern Lara Croft at all.
So
this seems like a reboot to me.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the I think they call it the Survivor trilogy. Like, I like those games a lot. I've been itching to play the 2013 Tomb Raider like for a while now, especially since they put it on Switch. But like that series ended with a dud. Shadow of the Tomb Raider had a dog shit story.
Really?
And, like I did not like the way it ended. It was like so like confusing and like back and forth and like I don't know, man. And then it just like kind of ended. It's like, yep, I'm Lara Croft.
And then she gets her boobs at the end.
Yes.
And she's like, now
Yes.
I am the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, her butler comes out and is like,
It's
"Oh,
an origin
you've
story.
been missing something, Miss Croft." Then he opens the briefcase and it's her boobs.
And it's her boobs. She goes, yes, I am the Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Yep. I played those games. I remember now. Yeah. Okay. Anything else for the Game Awards?
So I don't know if these are Game Awards related, but like I'm pretty sure these would have been announced at the Game Awards. We got 2 Resident Evil leaks.
Okay.
The first one, Leon's in the game, allegedly. Spoiler alert. Leon Kennedy.
You gotta say spoiler alert first. But yes, it seems like there was a leak and Leon is probably in the game.
Leon has finally been confirmed to appear in Resident Evil Requiem, although perhaps not in the way Capcom had hoped. As reported by IGN, the veteran character now shows up via the PSN store when users go to the pre-download page. The updated key art shows Leon in the background behind the game's other key protagonist, Grace Ashcroft. As for Leon himself, he is sporting a similar jacket to his appearance in Resident Evil 4, while his signature hairdo is well and truly present.
It would be so cool if this was the president's daughter. You just play as the president's daughter.
Oh, Ashley?
Yeah, it'd be so cool if you just play as Ashley.
But it's not. You're playing as Grace.
I know.
So yeah, I think they took it down because like this wasn't supposed to be revealed. And it's funny too because like when the game was first announced, I don't know like where people got this idea, but like people got the idea that like, hey, you think Leon's in this game?
I remember that.
Yeah.
So this didn't really surprise me.
Yeah, but like it came out of nowhere. Like people were just like, hey, you think Leon's in this game? And then the development team had to be like, Leon's not in the game. We thought about it, but like he's an action guy now, and like we want to make the game scary. Like nothing really scares Leon.
Well,
so, like,
Chris was in the last game.
Yeah, but like,
so I think it makes sense to have new characters and then throw in like an old favorite.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm saying like I was believing them when they were saying like Leon's not in the game. But apparently he is. So we don't know if he's playable. We don't know what his deal is. I'm sure the Game Awards will probably, not that they're going to reveal what it is, but like they'll probably say something. The trailer will probably end with like he's going to show up and he's going to be like, I want to play bingo or some shit like that.
That game comes out in February.
Yes,
at the end of February.
I need to play Resident Evil 8 before I play that game comes out.
I know. I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Good stuff. But that's not all. GameSpot might have leaked more characters for Resident Evil Requiem.
There it is.
Yeah, this might also be Game Awards related. I don't know. In a now deleted store description on its website, GameStop may have accidentally leaked details about Resident Evil Requiem's unannounced DLC expansion, as spotted by Dust Golem on Twitter. A full description of the deluxe edition of Capcom's upcoming Resident Evil sequel made mention of not only Mercenaries mode, but a returning character from a past RE game. It seems pretty expected that Requiem would be receiving DLC in the form of story expansions. Capcom has been doing this with Resident Evil games since 5, and with previous installments, Resident Evil Village getting full-blown expansions. There's no reason why Requiem would skip that. What's unexpected is that any potential DLC would involve Rose Winters, the main character of Village's DLC, and the daughter of protagonist of 7 and Village, Ethan Winters.
She a baby in those?
She's a baby in Village. Okay. And then the DLC for Village is her as a teenager. So like in the future.
So you play as a baby in this DLC.
Yeah, basically. They didn't outright say that like the DLC listing doesn't outright say like new story expansion starring Rose Winters. What it says is there's a cosmetic filter and a costume pack for Rose Winters. So like she's obviously playable in this game in some capacity. Whether or not there's a part of the game where you play as Rose, or if she's in the Mercenaries DLC or what have you, we don't know. But there you go. Leon and Rose, your favorite characters.
Flash forward to 2037.
That's when you play as Rose as a teenager.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Requiem is taking place in 2037. Requiem takes place in 2028.
Because Requiem takes place in 2028.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, you flash forward then, I guess. I'm not playing any DLC. I just want to get through the game.
I didn't play the
Not a DLC guy. I'm not coming back. I
I'll
beat
be
the
a
game and I crack the disc in half and I throw it out.
I'll be a DLC guy if it's worth my time. I didn't play all the DLC for Resident Evil 7. I played the Chris Redfield one. That was it. I have the DLC for Village. I don't know if I'll get to it because like the DLC for Village is like substantial. So
yeah, some DLCs are like a whole new game.
yeah,
And I don't know how I feel about that either.
yeah.
I mean, if it's like a whole new game, then it's like a sequel. So like,
Yeah.
fine. But I'm not like jumping into a game just for like an hour or two, you know, buying a whole new thing just to play for 2 hours. Like when I beat the game, I have to really, really like a game to want to jump into some DLC.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about this little cube.
Oh, that's sold more than Xbox?
Yeah, because I might want to make a video on this
I
thing.
see this thing in Target all the time, and I've seen it there for years.
If I make a video on this, it won't be until next year.
Right.
But I am curious because it seems to be very, very popular.
Yeah.
And it looks bad.
I know.
I think I was offered a sponsorship for this thing.
Really?
Yeah, what's the name of it? Nex?
The Next Playground.
I'm going to look this up.
All right. You look it up.
I'm going to look it up in my texts to see if I was offered a sponsorship for it.
You look that up. I will explain why we're talking about this. Xbox hardware was outsold by a little-known Kinect-Style console during Black Friday weekend in the U.S. I almost threw up. This is all...
This was not the thing I was offered a sponsorship.
This is breaking my brain. According to Circana data shared on social media, which suggests that the family console Next Playground took 14% of the market for the weekend ending in November 29th. As in the UK, the PlayStation 5 dominated Black Friday week hardware sales, accounting for 47%, which was likely driven by discounts. The Switch 2 ranked second at 24%, meaning that Xbox took less than 14% market share around Black Friday. Next Playground is an Android-powered console launched in 2023, which features a motion camera similar to Microsoft's Axe Sensor Kinect. The console features family games such as Fruit Ninja and retails for $250, but is regularly discounted to under $200. The Playground has been quietly growing in popularity in the US market and even briefly outsold the PS5 in the week before Black Friday. The PS5 was the big winner of Black Friday 2025 in the UK, with the console taking 62% of the console market during the week. The Series S and X accounted for 10% of the market during Black Friday in the UK. The Switch 2 took 23% share.
It looks just the worst.
It looks like a toy in like the most derogatory sense possible. Right?
Yeah, it's a Kinect.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's a Kinect with like mobile games on it.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't understand.
I think maybe because like it's $200, you know, it's you know, a camera, so like it's easier for people to wrap their head around than like fucking controller or whatever. It's good for the kids. It'll shut them up for an hour.
Yeah.
You know, like
they must have spent a lot of money on marketing in areas that are not inside of our bubble. The first thing that came up was a Good Morning America segment, and I started playing it, and I was like, I am gonna get a copyright strike, so I switched to something else.
You know, because I don't pay. You know, I have Paramount Plus with ads because my kids like the Nickelodeon shows, so I see all the toy ads still. This has not popped up once in any of that. Switch 2 all the time.
Yeah.
And every time it pops up, they point to me like, Daddy, what's that? And I'm like, you got to talk to Uncle Bob. He's the one with the Switch 2.
So that's $500. This is $250.
Yeah.
This is half the price of a Switch 2.
Yeah. So
and does it come with all of these games?
I don't know if it comes with the games. I think you know, maybe it's like a regular system and you have to buy them.
Mm-hmm. I am extremely
Android
curious.
Powered.
It is Android powered.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can hack it.
Yeah.
I'm extremely curious about this just because of how popular it is. Because it doesn't it's baffling me. I am out of touch.
Yeah, the fact that it's sold more than an Xbox.
I'm not surprised about that.
True.
I'm more surprised at just how popular this little cube is.
Yeah.
Like this is, I mean, since it did sell more than an Xbox, it is now bleeding into the big 3 console.
Yeah.
This is the 4th console, which is crazy.
So it comes with 5 free starter games, and that includes Fruit Ninja.
Okay.
And
That's
then,
a lot.
Yeah. And then there is a Play Pass, which I think that's just Game Pass. Play Pass is your golden ticket to year-round active family fun. Get unlimited access to the complete catalog and enjoy new games every month.
Well,
they got Ninja Turtles. They got Bluey.
I was just going to say, I got bad news. They got Bluey.
Yeah. Oh, worse news. They got Peppa Pig. So we can't have that in the house. How much is this Ultimate Access? Okay.
This is like some seed money bullshit, and they just want to make a subscription service so that they can forget about it and just collect money.
It's $90 for the year.
Okay, that's not
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something you'll just put in your living room. They can watch you all the time because it's a camera in your living room. And they can just suck $90 out of your wallet every year.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll forget about that too.
Yep. It has a privacy cover, so you got to make sure that's on at all times.
A very translucent looking privacy cover. To be fair, I haven't seen an Xbox on the shelves around here in 2 months.
Is that because they're selling out, or is that because like they just don't want to stock them?
They don't care anymore. Yeah, I kind of want to try this because I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, I got to know about all the big console hardware, and this is now all of a sudden a console hardware.
I would be curious to know how it compares to a Kinect.
I bet it's worse. This is just a camera because the Kinect has like a LiDAR, doesn't it? It has like infrared or some shit.
Yeah.
It's got like, it shoots lasers at you to like know where you are. This is just a camera.
Yeah, but like a camera in 2023 when this came out is different than a camera set up in like 2012 when the Kinect came out.
Yeah. But that people still use Kinects for stuff now because of the tech that's in it.
Like ghost hunting, paranormal activity. Yeah.
It is like one of the cheapest like infrared or whatever the fucking technology is. Microsoft Kinect technology. What does it use? Motion sensing input devices. Yeah. What does it use? RGB and infrared projectors and detectors that map depth through either structured light or time of flight calculation. So it's an infrared thing. I think it's a series of infrared beams.
Yes.
That detect how close you are to it.
Mm-hmm.
And people use this in like science scenarios where they like built like structures with it to like read to do science.
Yes.
I don't know, but like this was like one of the cheapest ways to like to have like a stream of infrared light.
Well,
yes,
I figured out how the next Playground works.
Okay,
it's so obvious. Playground
fisheye camera.
Playground uses the magic of AI to follow your movements with its built-in wide-angle camera. So it's AI, Bob. Obviously,
it's just a wide-angle camera that goes. That's a person, then that's it, and that's how it does it.
No, it's AI. It's magic.
I'd rather the infrared. I'd rather give me the Kinect back. I remember being entertained for like 20 minutes when Fruit Ninja was popular.
Fruit Ninja
for the phone
is fun, but like Fruit Ninja is like that's a toilet game.
That's a toilet game.
You play it on the toilet, and then
yeah. I mean, Fruit Ninja is a game to get on there so that the parents go, "Oh, it's got Fruit Ninja. Remember Fruit Ninja?" None of the games that I saw in that trailer were like interested me at all. But, but again, I gotta see what everyone's doing here. Does it have a USB port? It is Android, so can I just put an Android game on it?
I think it has a USB port, but I think it's for power.
Oh. All right, who has the crack for it? It's been out since 2023, right?
Yeah.
Got to be a new firmware for it. All right, next, where are we? KOTOR remake was in development.
KOTOR 2.
Okay, I thought this was a thing already. They tried to remake 1
they are trying to remake 1.
and then they
So
scrapped it.
Aspire was trying to remake 1.
Yes.
Something happened. So then Saber Interactive took over the remake of 1. And we haven't heard anything since. Apparently, unbeknownst to us, Aspire was also planning to remake KOTOR 2.
Okay.
We know this now because as per court documents seen by Stephen Totillo of GameFile.
They were doing both?
Yes. But the reason why they were going to remake KOTOR 2 was because when they released KOTOR 2, Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, for you don't know, they were going to release Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords on Switch. They advertised it with DLC, The Lost Chapters or whatever. That was content cut from the game that fans had modded back into the PC version of the game.
Yeah.
Aspire was going to release...
And they used like the mods.
Aspire was going to use the mods for KOTOR 2 on Switch 2, but the DLC never came out. And people are like, you promised us the Lost Chapter DLC. What's going on? According to court filings, as discovered by Stephen Totillo, Disney lawyers came out and said, stop that. Because we don't know who made these mods. We don't know how to properly give them credit.
I agree with Disney.
But Aspire did promise to add the content in. So their plan to get around it, they were like looking at what they could do. One of their plans was to just remake the whole game and put the content back in.
Okay.
So that was their idea. They didn't go through with it. They just ported the original Knights of the Old Republic 2 to Switch.
Yeah.
No DLC.
That was a big controversy, was they were going to have content from the mods that was community made, and obviously
it didn't happen.
Well, it's not that it did. The original controversy wasn't that it didn't happen. It was that they are not crediting the mod makers.
Right.
They're going to have the mod content, but no credit to the mod makers.
But I think, I got to look into it, but I think the Steam version of KOTOR 2 that you can get right now has the Lost Chapters built into it. So like if you go to buy it, it's there.
Okay.
So
I remember there being a controversy, and I think it was that they did use the mod content.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a different
might be
mod
different.
content.
Yeah.
And then they used it, and then they ended up changing it because everybody was pissed off about it. So this is a different thing.
Yeah.
But Aspire has been doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
They started off strong.
Yeah.
They started off strong. All they really did was just save as the games onto the Switch.
Yeah.
And they were great.
Yeah, they were good for what they were. I mean, they could have done a lot more. The Dark Forces remastered by Night Dive is like really good. It's like it's the game, but like they did the work to make it like more playable in a modern sense.
Right.
Aspire did not when they did their ports. So
yeah, so where is the KOTOR remake now? The original, the one, it's KOTOR 1.
I think
it's not Aspire anymore, right?
No, it's Saber Interactive.
Okay.
Last I heard, but I don't know what the status is on that.
That was like a full-blown remake. It's
yeah.
gonna be a whole modern game.
Yeah. And maybe the combat will make sense this time. I'm sorry, it does not make sense to me.
I played like 30 seconds of KOTOR 1 on the iPad.
Yeah, I played it on my phone.
And I was like, I know why I never played this game. It's just not, I'm not into that type of combat.
I have it on Steam and I have it on Xbox. Both games. Like, why?
This is a hot take. Star Wars with swords? I don't need to know about thousands of years in the past in the Star Wars universe. I don't need to know that.
Here's my thing with that. I don't mind like seeing stuff thousands of years in the past or whatever. My problem with Knights of the Old Republic, and this is more so like with the second one and eventually the MMO, the Old Republic, is that they used that time period as an excuse to do legally distinct versions of characters from the original trilogy.
Yeah, but it's
You know?
thousands of years in the
Right.
past, and
So
like you
that's-
have like the same technology.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
like that's not Darth Vader, but he kind of looks like Darth Vader. That's not Han Solo, but he kind of looks like Han Solo. You know.
I did play the Old Republic, the MMO, and that was okay. But yeah, no, you're right. It was just every cool thing about it was just a legally distinct version of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
That I thought was cool.
Yeah.
The guy played a smuggler.
Oh yeah, and let me guess, you could wear a white shirt with a black vest.
I did.
Yeah.
In fact,
there you go.
I did.
There you go. Legally distinct.
I do hear that the bad guy in that game was really cool. The legally distinct Darth Vader.
Right.
He was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. Kojima, he doesn't know what's going on with OD.
Hideo Kojima has shared more views on his upcoming games OD and Fizzant. In an interview with Anaweb, Kojima was asked about the life beyond. Kojima was asked about the Life Beyond the Strand event, which took place in September to mark the 10th anniversary of Kojima Productions. Addressing horror anthology game OD, Kojima said the game will be something completely unique that has never been played before, and that he's not yet certain the final product will work.
Okay.
I can't say exactly what it is yet, nor do I know if it will work, he said, translated by Automation. We've created stealth games and delivery games, which were unlike anything before, but system-wise, they were similar to other games. This time, we're trying to change the service model from the ground up, so it should be quite challenging. We've packed the trailer full of hints, so if you keep thinking about it, you might figure it out. As for Fizzant, because it's an espionage game, I could practically make it in my sleep, he laughed. For example, if you have a soldier who infiltrates, gets stopped by an enemy, gets attacked, and sneaks around to take them out one by one, no matter how it plays out, it's fun and it's easy to make. But that's also what we're trying to fight against. This new game introduces new gimmicks, and we're also taking on the challenge of crossing the line between film and games. I'm thinking of working on not just with film actors, but with film staff on the production side too, though I wonder how that will all turn out.
This is going to be more of a movie than a game.
It's going to be both. Like he's directing the movie Fizzant, and he's directing the game Fizzant.
Oh, I meant OD. Yeah.
See, I don't understand.
Because it sounds like Fizzant is just going to be Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And it's just
legally
going to be
distinct Metal Gear.
It's going to be a tactical espionage action game, and it's going to be you shoot guys and you hide from guys and you stealth around.
I'm sure there's going to be like
sounds cool.
some
I want
unique
that
gimmick to it or whatnot. But like, I don't know what he means by like he doesn't know if OD is going to work. Like the teaser trailer they showed is just PT. You've shown that works before.
Well, it seems more. There's no gameplay. Like it's just a cutscene basically.
More. I mean, there's like a first person view of like walking up to candles.
Yeah,
and like trying to solve a puzzle.
So I think it's interesting that he called. He seemed to have called Death Stranding a delivery game.
I mean, is it not?
No, it is. But he loves to say he's doing things that have never been in games before. This is the first Strand type game. You know, like that shit. So him saying that about OD, I'm for him being all weird. Like, I think at the end of the day, OD is probably going to be pretty similar to some other games we've had in the past, and we'll be able to be like, oh, it's just a quick time event game or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's just doing. I'm glad. It's relieving to hear that Fizzant is just a stealth game.
Yeah.
Like I like the weird shit, and I want him to go off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a little spread too thin. He's got too many plates in the air. But yeah, I just want a Metal Gear game.
Yeah, I would love for him to just do something normal.
Yeah, and that's what it sounds like. Fizzant is that, and I'm happy about that. I still don't know what I mean. It doesn't sound like he doesn't know what OD is.
Yeah,
but I think it's very interesting that he's like, I don't know if it'll work. That's the shit we need.
I mean, people said that about Death Stranding 1 when it came out. And now it's like everybody's favorite game.
Death Stranding 1 arguably doesn't work. Death Stranding 1 only works because it's Kojima and you want to keep playing because it's Kojima. But as far as it being like a fun game, I guess you just have to like get sucked into the world and the environment. But like the moment to moment gameplay loop is not like, I wouldn't say like fun.
Right.
Whereas in like Metal Gear, the moment to moment gameplay is sick. Even in Metal Gear 5, which was like the most movie like of all of them, the gameplay loop is fucking awesome. You just, I mean, the way that Snake moves and the way you like drop in to Afghanistan or wherever the hell you are, and go between like different like outposts and like take everybody out, and like the way I was playing the game was all pacifist, so I had to figure out how to navigate the world without killing anybody. That shit was awesome, and I want more of that. But as far as Death Stranding, you're just like, here's a box, bring it over there.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2 is just Metal Gear Solid 5.2. I want to get there. I hear that I hear that Death Stranding 2 is more action oriented, and I'm very excited for that. But man, when the hell am I ever going to get there? Because I also have to play Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Anyway, got the slot. Thanks for the 200 bits. Saying something is like a Pokemon game hasn't been a compliment in 15 years. Oh, because I said I think the
Metroid
open world was like a Pokemon deal. Yeah, I meant it in a derogatory way. Scott the Slot, thanks for the 15 months. Paul Von Hoff, thanks for being a patron. Next. PlayStation teams up with Bad Robot.
PlayStation Interactive Entertainment has signed a deal to produce and publish a game from Bad Robot, J.J. Abrams' production company. The two sides are keeping most of the details close to their chests for now, but the game is a 4-player co-op shooter for PlayStation 5 and PC, directed by someone who knows a thing or two about that genre, Left 4 Dead creator Mike Booth. Bad Robot Games, which is a fully remote studio, was formed in 2018 with the help of Tencent. It has lent a hand on games including Weird West as an investor and creative consultant, as well as interactive streaming series Silent Hill Ascension. This new game is the first one that Bad Robot Games is developing in-house. According to a press release, Bad Robot Games is a dedicated game studio working on new and exciting transmedia franchises. So this project could well be part of entirely new
franchises.
I was waiting for that. An entirely new franchise with the prospect of a co-op shooter from the designer of Left 4 Dead that's set in the Cloverfield universe is pretty darn intriguing. So yeah, J.J. Abrams hasn't directed a movie since The Rise of Skywalker. He's doing something, and apparently it's video games.
That's cool. I didn't know that J.J. Abrams had a game studio.
Me neither. I know like he plays video games, like he's talked about it and stuff. And I'm sure like Bad Robot getting into video games like makes sense. You know, we talked before on the show. Like,
what was the writer talking shit? Like, was he spitballing when he said that?
I think
that he was making it's going to be a Cloverfield game?
I think so.
Okay, you're just making that up. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no grounds that it's going to be a Cloverfield game.
I mean, like that's like Bad Robot's franchise is Cloverfield. So like anything they don't know what to do with, they just say it's Cloverfield. And you know, but we talked before about like tech companies not really knowing like how video games work and like what to do with video games, and they think they got it, but then like they start making it like it's the same thing with Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, like very few Hollywood creators like transition to video games and like it works. When Trey Parker and Matt Stone were gonna do the South Park, The Stick of Truth, they didn't realize how much work actually goes into making a video game, like when you're actively involved in it. But because they're dedicated to craft, and because they respect video games enough, they took the time to learn with Obsidian what it actually takes to make a video game. And that's why that game took forever to come out. But that's also why we got a sequel so soon after, because once they learned what they were doing, they could apply it again to a different project.
Yeah, I'm a little more optimistic because it seems like Bad Robot Games has done stuff in games before, and some pretty decent games. Weird West and Silent Hill Ascension. They didn't make those, but they helped make those. So it sounds like they have pretty good footing in what makes a good game. They're also being led by the Left 4 Dead guy, but we've seen before, like a big shot in the games industry starting a studio and then it not. We just talked about it earlier in the episode. So
and like it's a fucking like 4-player co-op shooter. Like,
do we know that it is, or is it just the Left 4 Dead guy?
Do you listen to me?
No, I'm
when
half
I
paying
read the
attention
article.
because I'm also producing the show.
The game is a 4-player co-op shooter for PS5
and you said
and
trans,
PC.
and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for a woke joke.
Yes. Transmedia just means it's a media that encompasses like all different types of media. Like
I understand.
I'm saying that.
I know what that means.
I'm saying that.
But it's also
I'm saying that
could
for
be
the one person
funny
out
joke.
there who didn't get the joke.
Capcom plans to grow Mega Man, and that makes me very happy because I want more Mega Man.
Don't we all? Capcom plans to build a Mega Man, Devil May Cry, and Ace Attorney up to the status of core IPs like its more popular series. That's according to Capcom president and COO Haruhiro Sugimoto, who recently discussed the company's growth strategies as part of a new 86-page corporate report. In the report, Sugimoto identified Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and Street Fighter as Capcom's 3 biggest IPs, describing them as the company's core IPs, noting that Capcom has a long-term goal for reaching 100 million game sales per year. Sugimoto explained that while these 3 core IPs are key to reaching this milestone, Capcom needs to grow other series to accompany them. Capcom owns a wealth of globally popular brands such as Mega Man, Devil May Cry, and Ace Attorney, Sugimoto said. We aim to expand our user base and improve our performance through new releases, remakes, and ports of these titles, in these series to new hardware. By embracing brand power and cultivating loyal fan bases, we will grow these into core IPs. I mean, that's what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, like titles like Mega Man and Devil May Cry are not part of their like big money makers because they're not making games.
Devil May Cry 5 did really well for them, I think. But that's like the first Devil May Cry game we got in like a decade.
Yeah.
So
the last Mega Man game was dog shit, and it probably sold pretty poorly because it was dog shit. So Capcom has been doing a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
So I wish that they would put all that love into some of their most beloved IPs.
But I think, and this report acknowledges it. A lot of that work is being handled by Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and Street Fighter. So, but they have like a whole slew of like classic IPs: Mega Man, Devil May Cry, Ace Attorney, Ghouls and Ghosts, Dino Crisis, Bionic Commando. The list goes on. That could like be prominent game franchises if they just gave it a chance. And like we don't even necessarily need like Mega Man 12, let's say. Mega Man has been proven to be like whatever the fuck Capcom wants it to be.
Mega Man there's 5 different Mega Man universes.
Mega Man X, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Battle Network, Mega Man Star something, Mega Man XY.
That's it.
So it's 6.
Okay. Yeah. You could do that again.
Yeah.
Have a new Mega Man.
Yeah.
Nora Beige fact checks me and says that Mega Man 11 is the highest selling Mega Man game of all time. And it is.
Yikes,
it sold 2 million. This was from 10 months ago. 2 million is not a lot.
For a game, that's not bad.
For a Capcom game, that's and for Mega Man, I would expect more.
Well, I mean,
especially because it's been a long time since the game came out, and that sucks because that game is awful. That is that was a terrible game.
So in total, the Resident Evil series is Capcom's best seller, with 170 million units sold total since the first game to now, encompassing all games. Monster Hunter is 120 million units since its first game, and Street Fighter is 56 million units since its first game. Mega Man, 43 million units, Devil May Cry, 33 million, and Ace Attorney, 13 million. So like those are all like good numbers. Obviously, Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, fucking way out there.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure like Microsoft would kill to have these numbers for any of their franchises,
I think it would be very easy for them to make a Mega Man game that does gangbusters.
Yeah.
If it just needs to be
Good.
A decent game.
Yeah.
The Mega Man 11 felt like a Flash game.
Yeah.
It was very bad. That's all the news.
That's it.
Here you go.
Word of the week! Word of the week! Word of the week!
Check this one out. This is by Shitpost 2077, and it is the right way to hold an N64 controller, and it is left hand on the left, right hand on the right, and the middle in your mouth.
Got him.
We were talking about that last week. Anyway, and that's now we're gonna talk to you guys.
Yes. But let's start with people who have comments on last week's WULFF DEN podcast over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/WULFF DEN podcast.
When we have a lot of stories, we should save some of them for the bonus episode. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
'Cause right now we have nothing to talk about in the bonus episode.
Yeah.
We should give me a topic for the bonus episode. ATG Sports says, my favorite thing about this podcast is it sounds like we are just sitting in a producer's team meeting, lean back in our swivel chairs, twirling pencils in our fingers pitching ideas, researching and discussing possible projects, but also do a live show. That's interesting because I guess we are talking to the chat the whole time.
Yeah.
We are pulling. I'm reading the chat because sometimes we're wrong, and I need you guys to give me a fact with a link to it.
And
because
it's
there is literally just two people here, so having other people like drop links and stuff.
Yeah,
is
and
pretty
it's
helpful.
like, again, like we are doing this like all on the fly. As you so astutely said, you are producing the show while you are also hosting the show.
Luckily, it's mostly automated using AI.
Yes. Actual intelligence.
No, it's just a series of if statements. Anyway, Hako says we got a new WULFF Den studio, new Stargate series, and a Steam machine, all before GTA 6.
Yeah.
And the Analogue 3D.
Yeah.
Kritsu Kirby says the Tribute 64 has a great octagonal control stick for N64 platformers. You know, I think I looked that up, and it is a circle. It has an octagonal gate.
Yeah.
But what we were talking about was an oval. The N64 has an oval. The 8-bit Do controller has an octagonal gate, but it's not. It's a circle. It's not an oval. Anyway, it's a little cramped for some people, and the D-pad is not great. But this one felt the smoothest when trying a bunch of platformers. It also connects to everything, including original hardware and Switch 2 if you update the USB firmware. It does look like a nice controller.
It's a remake of the Hori N64 controller that came out back in the 90s.
Which was, I believe, the inspiration for the Retro Fighters controller.
Yes.
Yeah. So I support that. I think that controller is probably very cool.
I've heard good things about the Tribute 64.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Nightshade says, I almost unsubscribed when Will said Wedge Antilles is the best X-Wing pilot, and Bob had the audacity to question it. Also, accusing it. Well, the reason I question it is because he fucking left the Battle of Yavin.
Because his X-Wing got damaged.
And Luke finished it.
His X-Wing got...
So it implies Luke is the best X-Wing pilot. Also, he didn't do fuck all until the Battle of Yavin, and he just fucking crushed it. So that's why he's the best X-Wing pilot.
But he's got the Force on his side. If we're talking about like non-Force users, your best X-Wing pilots
Wedge Antilles is the best natty X-Wing pilot.
It's Wedge Antilles, and I would argue Poe Dameron. Other than that, like...
Forgot about Poe Dameron.
Yeah, Poe Dameron.
Poe Dameron's up there.
Yeah. Also, Cuisinart Grinder is totally mid. Get good, coffee noobs. Get bent. How about that?
I'm with you on that one.
Petition to start bringing back Get Bent in 2026.
You could start it.
I'm going to start
do whatever you want.
Get Bent 2026.
Munich says, if I didn't emulate original Switch games on my PC, I would have absolutely bought a Switch 2 at launch. All right, so you're part of the problem. The better performance for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom alone would have made the purchase worth it. However, since I can play Switch games as good, if not better, on my PC, I will be waiting for more Switch 2 exclusive games before I purchase one. Yeah, that's part of why a lot of people emulate, because a lot of the Switch games ran bad on the Switch. Like Pokemon ran bad on the Switch, and it ran better on PCs.
Yeah, and people didn't want to wait for Nintendo to fix it, so they fixed it themselves. But like the problem is, not everyone wants to do that.
It is not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy for us because we
Mm-hmm.
know a lot about emulation, but like for a normal person to just fire up Breath of the Wild on their PC, it is a very complicated rigmarole.
Yeah.
So the fact that normies can just get a Switch 2 and that's the solution to playing the games in a higher quality state, then I think that that's great. Anyway, chat, what's up? Tell me what we should do in a bonus episode.
Yeah, make it good.
Remember, you don't have to be a supporter on Patreon for the bonus episodes. You can also just pay us on Twitch or YouTube and be in the supporter-only Discord.
Yeah.
And you can watch the bonus episode in a link that I will post there. You think there will be special colors of the Switch 2? Yes.
Yeah.
It will be a while. Maybe not even next year, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they're still going to be able to sell the black one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty disappointed we're only getting the one color we have now.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't think to do. I mean, how can they? Like the blue and the red are accent colors.
Yeah.
You know, it would either all be like all black or they have to pick different accent colors.
Yeah. Yeah. I want some variation.
Yeah, no, I know. Like it's very un-Nintendo-like of them.
The most annoying thing is that the Switch 1 limited editions, none of them had like a cool color. The Joy-Cons were cool colors and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they were pretty lame. Hopefully the Switch 2 has like, hopefully the black is like a paint job that can be changed, you know. Apparently the Game Awards statue might be a new Divinity Original Sin.
Oh yeah, that weird like demonic statue.
Yeah,
people thought it was Diablo. People thought it was Elder Scrolls or whatever, but it might be Divinity Original Sin.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be streaming the Game Awards on Thursday and reactions to it or whatever. Call of Duty no longer doing back-to-back releases.
Oh, this is a press release. This is the breaking news.
We'll read that in the bonus episode.
Okay.
Virtual Boy Nintendo Switch Online accessory
is in stock and for pre-order.
Wee woo. I'm not gonna get it. I don't want that.
Can you play Virtual Boy games without it on Switch 2? Because they made a deal.
Aren't they not coming out till January?
They made a big deal. They made it seem like you need it to play Virtual Boy games on Switch 2.
Yes. Yeah, they said it was required. This ships February 17th, so I think that's probably when we will see it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two different ones. There's this one and then there's like a cardboard one.
Right.
But it makes it seem like it is required.
Yeah.
They also have some cheaper cardboard. Yes, they have a cheaper cardboard version. How is the shell swap on the Analogue Pocket? I have a video on it. I just lost your comment. Been thinking about doing a shell swap. I have a video on it. I kind of regret it because it was my original Analogue Pocket, and now I don't have an original black Analogue Pocket for like comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to have like the original in like a stock.
Well, you have the glow in the dark one.
Yeah, I've been using the glow in the dark one, and that's kind of it's. I like having like the iconic original,
right?
You know. Just emulate Virtual Boy on a modded 3DS. It's great. Actually, I got Virtual Boy games specifically for my 3DS, and I don't remember how they work.
I've heard that works like really well. I mean, it's just like red, but
thinking of buying my nephews age 7 and 5 a Switch 2 Pro controller and a multiplayer game for Christmas, but then I think maybe I should buy 2 controllers so they don't fight over who gets the Pro versus the Joy-Cons. These controllers gotta be so pricey though. Get an 8-bit controller.
Yeah.
Get 2 8-bit
2 of those.
Or I think it'll be fine if you get a Pro controller and just make one person use the split Joy-Con. We did that and we turned out fine.
Yeah.
We had the little brother controllers and we didn't care. Some of the little brother controllers were great. I preferred the Nyko fan controller.
The airflow for the GameCube. Yeah.
The airflow for the GameCube. That was my primary GameCube controller.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Christian, thanks for the 3 months. Could you share the Patreon where we can watch the bonus episode? I am so glad you guys are not doing sponsorships. Thank you. See, I told you, telling people we're not doing sponsorships was a good idea. Exclamation point Patreon in the chat. Somebody do that. Also, it'll be posted on Patreon, and it will also be posted in the #supporter Discord channel. So link your, wherever you support us, link that account to your Discord account. Snake Eater with the 100 bits. Y'all briefly mentioned Metal Gear Solid 4 news last week. I agree. We just need a port. I can name 5 different Metal Gear Solid games that deserve a remake besides 4. Anyways, the voice actor for Otacon is already on the Konami payroll. I didn't know that. Otacon and Mei Ling made a cameo in the Xbox version of Delta Snake Eater for Snake versus Bomberman. So I assume re-recording Otacon PS3 dialogue won't be difficult.
They had to re-record David Hayter and I think Lori Allen dialogue for Delta. So, yeah.
I think everybody's down.
It's not like they're not above going back to the original actors and getting them to like re-record a line or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Katsuhiro Harada departs from Bandai Namco.
That was a cut. That was actually cut content. I had it in the keep and then I deleted it. Yes, the leader of the Tekken franchise has announced he's retiring after 30 years at Bandai Namco. He posted a link to his SoundCloud so you can listen to a techno remix song as he bows out.
Okay.
So
congratulations.
Good on him for like lasting that long and like shepherding the series as long as he did. Like that's not really common in the games industry. But yeah, real one.
All right. We got to go because we got to do a whole bonus episode. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us. As always, WULFF DEN Podcast every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on twitch.tv/WULFDEN and youtube.com/WULFF DEN Podcast. If you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put the archive version up over on youtube.com/WULFF DEN Podcast. So you can go check us out over there on demand whenever you want. If you prefer to listen to us rather than watch us, you can do that as well because we're also an audio podcast on any and every podcast service such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Audible.com. The list goes on, but no matter where you get the show from, folks, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review us because that helps us with placement on all those respective platforms.
And check out the Patreon. We're going to be on Patreon right now.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/CW/WULFF DEN Podcast. And I will post the link. And you know how to do it. But again, you don't need to be a Patreon supporter. You can use your free Amazon Prime membership if you have Amazon Prime. It's not free. Amazon Prime is not free.
Yeah, Amazon Prime is very much not free.
You can link it to your Twitch account, and then you get a free subscription that is included. And if you put that in your Twitch, you get to listen to the bonus episode just without giving us any money.
Yeah.
And then Jeff Bezos gives us money. So you're kind of fucking him over.
Yeah.
You're kind of just wasting.
You are Robin Hooding.
Yes.
Jeff Bezos. You are taking from the rich and giving it to the poor.
So link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch, then link your Twitch to your Discord, and then you get into the support-only Discord where I'm about to post a link for the bonus episode. Got to give us some ideas of what to talk about. Do it in the Discord. We will be talking about this thing that I just closed, the Call of Duty thing. Guys, I'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.